Republicans and a handful of Democrats just approved the SAVE Act, a bill that wants to expand proof of citizenship requirements to vote in federal elections. The National Desk, Jeff Harris, joining us. Jeff, this bill has been generating a lot of attention on both sides of the aisle. Tell us what our lawmakers are saying.
Well, Dee Dee, those for the bill say this legislation is needed because non-citizens have illegally voted in U.S. elections. But those against it argue this bill is creating a solution to a problem that never existed.
Differing opinions echoed on the chamber floor this week as lawmakers shared their thoughts about the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility, or SAVE Act.
All we simply want to do is ensure the integrity of American elections, and what we see is absolute resistance and lies from our colleagues on the other side of the aisle.
But then you come to the House floor and you bring this extreme MAGA Republican voter suppression bill.
Ernesto Castañeda, a professor at American University, tells us this bill has good intentions, but it's already illegal for non-U.S. citizens to vote in federal elections.
It's not really addressing a real problem that we face in American elections.
Following the bill's passage in the House Speaker Mike Johnson took to X, tweeting in part, quote, "Joe Biden has welcomed millions upon millions of illegals into the country, knowing that non-citizens only have to check a box to vote in a federal election," something Castañeda says there is no evidence of.
Less than 0.001% of the voters were people who were not citizens and voted.
Alicia Hughes, a law professor at Emory University, says this bill would also impose voter purge requirements on states, meaning election officials would be able to delete names from voter rolls in an effort to remove outdated registrations.
It makes voting more onerous, more difficult, less accessible.
Now, this bill will now head to the Senate, where both Hughes and Castañeda say there's a slim chance that it passes. But even if it does, President Biden has already said he would plan to veto it. Reporting for the National Desk, I'm Jeff Harris.